Thank you, Blaze. It is my honor to introduce to you Noah Brosnick, our valedictorian of Eden Senior High School class of 2021. Noah's cumulative high school grade point average was 98.617. Noah will share his valedictory address right now.
Good evening, faculty, parents, guests, and most of all, my fellow classmates. Throughout the year, we had a running joke in chemistry class. As each day of senior year would pass by, we would point out that it was the last day we were in high school for that specific date. So, as our last March 15th or last May 23rd rolled by, we laughed until finally our last day of high school came and went. As I look out across the stage today, I'd like to point out that it is the last time all of us will be in a room together. Well, except of course, for mine and Marissa's wedding.
He lost it.
This year was anything but normal for us. From the beginning, we were separated from our friends and classmates and placed into two different cohorts. We were stripped of homecoming, fall sports, and above all, we were introduced to perhaps the most evil creation, Zoom. I am hopeful that we can all have a future where none of our computers have Zoom downloaded, or if it is, let it only be used for fun things. This unique year presented many challenges, but in a way it became special. Smaller classes created a more personal connection between classmates. Zooming from home meant that you could simultaneously make breakfast and listen in on Mrs. Hamlet struggling to work a PowerPoint. In these final weeks, as we were all brought back together, I realized how special high school was. I have never been more excited to go to school on a Monday than the first day the cohorts were combined. How strange that something so simple could be so important. I know everyone here wished for a normal senior year. I know I did. But 2021 will always be our year. No matter where we go in life, we will always remember how different, how special, and how unique our senior year was. We not only lived during a once-in-a-100-years event, but we came through it stronger, wiser, and more resilient. I ask that you don't squander the lessons we learned, that nothing in this life, not even school, should be taken for granted, or the fact that a simple night out with your friends is precious, that every relationship we make is special. And finally, don't forget to spend time with those you love. I would also briefly like to thank our parents, teachers, and faculty who tried to make this year feel as normal as possible. Let's give them a round of applause, please. While I talk about high school ending, I want to remind you that this is not the end of our journey. Our lives have only just begun. As you get ready to move on to college or a trade school, the workforce, the armed forces, or yes, even your parents' basement, pause for just one moment and take in the view from this auditorium. Everything will change from this point forward. We will be exposed to new ideas, new people, and even new ways of life. I can only ask that you embrace this. Sometimes change can be difficult. Differences can be daunting. Don't shy away from these experiences. Rather, welcome them with open minds. There are bigger, better, and more important things in life. We can only be a part of these things if we look past what's directly in front of us. Our free trial in life has almost expired. Soon we'll have to move out and live on our own as functioning adults. We can only succeed at this if we use graduation as a starting point and not an ending point. I don't want you to forget your high school experience. I just ask that you keep looking ahead. It is still important to keep high school memories alive. I'm sure that everyone's dad has told them stories about how he and his friends did something so unbelievably stupid during their high school years. Well, in 20 years, we get to tell our kids about how unbelievably stupid we were. Regardless about how you feel of Eden High School, it has molded us into the people we are today and has set us on the path to who we will be tomorrow. I can only imagine what the future has in store for us. I'm sure that Charlie will set the record for the most bones broken in a human being and possibly invent new things to break when he runs out of bones. With our luck, me, Carly, Lauren, Emma, and Rocky will end up owning razors and deal with Marissa and Caroline constantly coming in 10 minutes before closing time. Jake Elvers and Mr. Feasley will slowly morph into the same person. Max and John Preischel will have families and stay in Eden until the Preischels have slowly taken over the town. And Mr. Myers can rest easy in retirement knowing that no one in history was faster than Fast Eddie himself. Wherever I end up, just know that the Tin Man is staying in retirement. My fellow classmates, I ask that you never forget the memories you made in this building or the people who walked these halls by your side. But most of all, remember that this is only the beginning of our story. As the era of the class of 2021 ends, a new chapter in our lives will begin. Friends, it has been an absolute honor to be in this school besides all of you. Thank you and congratulations.